What up, YouTube? You know, y'all niggas get, a little bit behind the scenes of how I, record the pod. Some people got some elaborate, setup studio that they do with expensive ass equipment and shit. But a nigga like me, just trying to figure this shit out. I ain't got all that shit yet, but in due time, my nigga. In due time. Niggas gotta make do with what they got, you feel me? And for the people that don't know, or maybe first time listeners or first time viewers of this shit, when me and Spiff originally started doing the podcast, we recorded that bitch off of this phone, straight up, off of this old ass iPhone, you feel me? And with that, my nigga, he'll sit right there in that seat. I'll sit right here in the driver's seat, and we'll just record this bitch straight off the motherfucking phone. Talk my shit. My nigga talk his shit. And then, one thing led to another. Niggas got a computer. Cool. Niggas got a computer. Shout out to my pops. He bought us our first mic. Shout out to my OG, man. Forever grateful for that shit. And then after that, niggas bought 2 more mics, bought a couple stands, and then, we've been kind of progressing from there. However, periodically, I like to take it back to the basics, you feel me? I like to take it to the point whereas I can remember those times where me and Spiff, nigga, we just sit here, right here, in the car, record that shit straight off the phone, you feel me? No elaborate type of setup, just recording straight off the fucking phone. And I want to say, we did that shit for, I want to say probably about a year, honestly, just recording that shit straight off the phone, whether we was in the car or, when he moved into his last apartment and shit, we used to sit right on the couch, recording that bitch straight off the phone. Mind you, we had guests, recording straight off the phone and shit. But, sometimes, whereas I just got to remind myself of those humble beginnings, you feel me? I like to sit down, whether it's in front of my house or in the driveway, or, I'm sure y'all niggas didn't probably heard me before. If y'all listen to the pod, I will record any motherfucking where. I will record in Target. I've recorded in the parking lot of Kroger's. I done recorded a pod in the back of Best Buy. I done recorded just about anywhere, you feel me? And just to remind myself of, how, it's levels, man. I don't want to get, I don't want to get to a point, I should say, of where niggas kind of forget those, humble beginnings, man. Whether, and like I said this shit before, whether this shit pick up and take off and go anywhere, I'ma be happy. And whether or not it's the same 17 motherfuckers I listen to this bitch on a regular, I'ma still be happy regardless, because I'ma keep on doing this shit no matter what. Because, Sundays, man, I look forward to doing this shit. Whether it's just by myself or I just go kick it with my nigga Spiff and Solo and whoever else we have on the motherfucking pod. I look forward to doing this shit and just having a way to express myself in some creative way, you feel me? I could easily do some goofy shit, go smoke a nigga, get drunk, fuck with bitches. Nah, that ain't type of shit I'm into no more. I'm a father now. I have a fiance. I have shit to do. So this is just a creative way for me to do this shit. And so, yeah, man. Shout out to motherfuckers that subscribe to the YouTube. And if you haven't, man, just go ahead and subscribe to that shit. And yeah, man, it's time for me to record the pod, man. So y'all got a little behind the scenes of just me. Yeah, man. One of these days, this motherfucker gonna be framed, man. This shit gonna be framed, man. There's so many goddamn pies on this bitch, dog, that I recorded right in the voice notes, man. This shit is crazy, dog. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all niggas for always rocking with me, dog. You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, let's do something to him and for him, man. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever the fuck y'all niggas like to listen to this shit, I'm Meech. You know what the fuck they call me, Young Diane Sawyer, the Black Barbara Walters, Young Boris Kojo. And we back with another motherfucking pod, you feel me? And for the people that's listening to the pod right now, make sure y'all go subscribe to the Meech and Spiff channel. Meech and Spiff channel on YouTube. So y'all can see the visuals of this shit, man. You know, it's, you know, for my YouTube folk, you know, I like to give them a little bit more. So make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube so y'all can see like a little bit behind the scenes and other content that we have. You feel me? And before we get into the pod, man, shout out to my nigga Leiah, man. You know, she hit me the other day. Well, I ain't gonna say the other day. It's probably been like maybe about a week or two now, I should say. And she asked me, she was like, you know, what you think about being my manager and shit? And if y'all niggas don't know, like, Leiah, man, she is an incredible vocalist, man. She got a voice crazy. Fucking crazy. Fire. You feel me? And she asked me, like, what you think about being my manager and shit? And I was like, man, I don't know shit about being a manager. However, I do know when I hear talent. That's one thing I do know. I do know when I hear something that I've never heard before. And she got one of those voices that is, like, just amazing. You feel me? So I told her, I was like, well, I don't know shit about being a manager. However, I try my best to figure it out. And I try my best to help you try to figure this shit out. Not necessarily like taking on the role of a manager, because I feel like, you know, I'm just here to support her and just give her my thoughts on how things should work. And if I got any outlets or opportunities that I just come across, then I just let her know. And then we just figure out the rest later. You feel me? But shout out to Leiah, man. We was in the studio. You know, she told me to come to like a little studio session that she had. And she was recording some music, and you know, the engineer had played some music for us that she had already recorded. And when I tell you, it was like the song that he played was some of the most, like, she outdid herself with that shit, you feel me? And you know, for the people that's listening to the pod right now, I have already inserted this song in the beginning of the pod anyway. So for my YouTube people that's watching this, make sure y'all niggas go and listen to the pod, the Drug Table Talk pod, you know, with Meech and Spiff, and listen to the song that I already inserted in the beginning of this episode, man. So make sure y'all niggas go and check that out, shit. This song is definitely, you know, it's gonna be out Friday, January 9th. Oh, why I say January? I am smoking. Let me sip my yak, man, because I'm tripping. Excuse me. Let me oil my gears, man, because I've been tripping today. But yeah, man, the song is definitely gonna be out Friday, July the 9th. Joker, man. Man, that shit is fucking fire, my boy. Make sure when that shit come out, and I'm gonna let y'all niggas know, if y'all subscribe to the channel and follow me on social media, y'all gonna see me posting about that shit, you feel me? Y'all gonna see me posting about that shit, you feel me? let's run up the numbers for my dog, you feel me? We definitely gonna be posting about that shit. But shout out to little Leiah, man. I am super proud of her, and I am just amazed on her vocal abilities. And y'all niggas gonna hear that shit too, you feel me? Y'all niggas gonna hear that shit too. But yeah, man, let's just get into the pod, man. You know, first off, what I really want to say is, man, how thankful I am of all 17 of y'all that always show up, show love, give feedback when it's due, man. Because y'all niggas don't realize how much that shit really means to me. As much as I don't like ask for it, but people still give, you know, their feedback when it comes to the pod, man. And believe me, I appreciate this shit, because I don't expect motherfuckers to take time out of their day to tell me how much they listen to the pod, or how the pod might have made them feel, or how it might have gotten them through a particular day or some type of situation that they may be going through. And it's just humbling to know that people actually, you know, either gain something from it, or it's like a release from some type of stress that they're having. And believe me, man, this shit is like a humbling experience. When, you know, shout out to my dog, man. You know, remain nameless. You know, I don't want to expose anybody's information, or, you know, what you know they might be going through at the moment. However, you know, shout out to my dog, you feel me? You know, he texted me and was like, yo, man, I was having a shit ass day. I was having a fucked up ass day, and I was listening to the pod, a particular episode, and he was like, man, y'all was spitting that shit, man. I appreciate you. And like, just shit like that just like gives me the added motivation to like keep this shit going. No matter if motherfuckers is gonna like continue to do this, or reach out to me and, you know, let me know how they feel about the pod or whatever. It's just humbling to know that whatever I said, or whatever Spiff said, or Solo, or whoever else we might have featured on the pod, whatever they said, you know, affected somebody that much to want to reach out and just say thank you. Y'all niggas did right by me. I fuck with that. You feel me? As much as I want to come on here and crack jokes or whatever, sometimes, you know, you gotta say something that means something, or provide some type of release to somebody. Shout out to, you know, my nigga Taxstone. And I'm gonna keep on mentioning this shit. You feel me? I'm gonna keep on mentioning, you know, this guy, because when I had the idea to do this podcast, I didn't know how I was gonna format this shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna talk about. However, I wanted to do this because I wanted to talk. I wanted to share some experiences. I wanted to share, you know, my thoughts, you know, with people. You feel me? And I remember when I brought up this idea to Spiff, and I was like, yo, we should do this. And mind you, at this time, Spiff was down in like Atlanta, you feel me? He wasn't even home. But I want to say like it was talks about him like coming back home. But, you know, I had told him, I was like, man, I want to do this podcast, and I feel like we should do it together. Even though I didn't know Spiff was going to be home. However, I was like, man, we're going to figure it out, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. And it took me like a couple months to try to figure out how I wanted to do it and what the content was going to be about. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure that shit out today. But I remember like listening to like different podcasts, whether it's Bill Simmons talking about sports, whether it was the Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz. And I remember listening to the Brilliant Idiots. Taxstone came up on the episode, and he shared, you know, stories about, you know, where he come from, his jail experiences, and just like everything. You know, he just went on there and just shared himself. And so from that, I was hooked. I remember right after that, he released his own podcast, Tax Season. And when I heard that shit, I was like, what the fuck? I was just like blown away by that shit. And I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I just want to share myself. I want to have it to whereas people are invested in me. Whether it's me just sitting down, just shooting the shit, or whether it's just me just talking about current events, whether it's just me just having fun. I just want to share myself with the world. Even if it's just only 17 motherfuckers, you feel me? So, I say all that to say this. I thank you. I thank all 17 of y'all for always showing up, showing love, giving feedback when it's due, or whenever the fuck you feel like it. Free my nigga Taxstone, man. I appreciate him. And Reggie say, rest in peace to Comeback Jack, another one that made me really just, you know, they just kind of just solidified me just actually doing this podcast shit, man. So, salute to Taxstone, Free Tax. Rest in peace, Reggie say, Comeback Jack, man. I wouldn't know what to do. I probably would still be figuring it out if it wasn't for y'all niggas. So I definitely appreciate y'all niggas for that shit. So I thank you. Thank y'all niggas, man. But yeah, man. I was thinking about the other day, man. Yeah, man. So you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And that's what motherfuckers don't realize, man. Like, you got to be comfortable being you. Be comfortable being you. Like, it's been so many times whereas I didn't try to, you know, be different. Trying to fit into, like, certain crowds and different people and shit. At the end of the day, like, nigga, be you, my nigga. If I want to wear my hat to the back like this with my gaze like this, nigga, it's because I want to do it. I'm not gonna be out here just trying to look like somebody else, man. You feel me? And you got to just be you. Just be you. No matter what, just be you, my nigga. And it's funny, man, because I remember, like, going through, like, certain situations and, you know, in my life, thinking, like, damn, man, how the fuck I'm gonna make it out of this, you feel me? How the fuck I'm gonna make it out of that? But as I look back at those situations, it's like, damn. I remember those times when my back was against the wall and just thinking about, like, how the fuck I'm gonna make it out of this? However, just being myself and just taking it day by day, man. Whether it's a small step here and another small step there, and might be falling back 8 more steps, but just constantly just moving forward. That's all that matters, man. Like, I remember, like, having my back against the wall and was like, what the fuck I'm gonna do now? Like, why the fuck I keep getting kicked in my ass? Like, but remember, like, nigga, I still made it through somehow, some way. By some higher power. I ain't trying to make this shit religious. However, but by some higher power, nigga, we made it. And I'm sure y'all niggas probably dealt with the same shit too. By some unknown entity. Nigga, you made it, my nigga. Whatever the fuck you might be going through right now, believe me, it's not the end, my nigga. It's not the end, man. This shit is just the beginning. I think motherfuckers And I experienced this shit when I was like in my 20s, like my early 20s, you feel me? Like 20, 21, 22, just trying to figure out like whatever the fuck I was doing, I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing. Like, I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing. And what you gotta realize is that, nigga, as much as at that moment niggas might feel like, dawg, I'm wasting time, like, you got so much more to live, man. I just turned 29, man, and I'm just now almost kind of like figuring out this whole life shit. 29. Mind you, some people probably already had their life figured out by the time they get to my age. And I could definitely tell you, it's motherfuckers that's probably 20 years older than me that have not figured this shit out yet. It's niggas still on that same bullshit at like 40. And it's like, my nigga, when the fuck you gonna grow the fuck up? But at the same time, man, niggas gotta move at their own speed. Niggas gotta move at their own speed, man. Like, but do you, my nigga? Don't let other motherfuckers' opinion of you change you. Don't let one doubter affect what you want to do or what you want to accomplish. Nigga, I do this motherfucking podcast every motherfucking week, my nigga. And I can honestly tell y'all motherfuckers, like, it's been times I done probably overshared or talked about situations that has gotten me in trouble. But however, I gotta understand, like, not everything is supposed to be shared, but at the same time, I have to do me. I have to creatively do something that satisfies me. And whether sometimes it might hurt other people's feelings or whatever, nigga, I hate to say it, but this my shit. Nigga, this is my shit, you feel me? I used to tell Spiff all the time, like, nigga, I don't give a fuck who we might offend or whatever. Nigga, this is the Meech and Spiff podcast, my nigga. This is us. Don't let these doubters come in, tell us shit, or try to make niggas feel a certain type of way. My nigga, this is our shit. And if you disagree, well, go ahead, pull on up, and we can talk it out. Shout out to my homegirl, man. She had told us, like, some opinions about the pod and how we affected somebody that she know. I had to tell her, I was like, yo, at the end of the day, this is Meech and Spiff podcast. That person that we possibly might have offended, don't get me wrong, I don't intend on hurting anyone's feelings. However, this is from Meech's point of view. This is my point of view of things. This is Meech and Spiff podcast. I could care less about whatever the motherfuckers think. Except for my 17 niggas that listen to this shit. You know, I fuck with y'all niggas. But I don't give a fuck about what some outsiders might think about what I do creatively. This is my shit. And I'ma down this hill. No cap. I'ma down this, man. I live by this. It's been plenty of times at night I'm like, dog, just give me one opportunity to show the world my thoughts, my thought process when it comes to this shit. I guarantee you, man, somebody gonna like this shit. Shout out to the 17 motherfuckers that love this shit, man. I appreciate y'all. But like I said, man, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable doing shit that's gonna make you uncomfortable. Do that. Whatever the fuck you might be doing, whether it's, you know, fucking playing video games or doing a podcast or selling merchandise, my nigga. Be comfortable being uncomfortable, my nigga. I am uncomfortable sharing my thought process with y'all niggas, but I have to, because I want y'all niggas to see this shit. I am uncomfortable doing this shit. As much as I just want to just share this motherfucking podcast with the world, I have to post. I have to do some shit that's out of the ordinary. I don't like niggas to be in my, in my business, but I want y'all niggas to be in my business. Like, this is the crazy shit about doing this shit, man. I'm uncomfortable with doing this shit, but I'm comfortable doing this shit. Yeah, man. Be uncomfortable. Yeah, man. Can I be honest with y'all for a second? I don't intend on offending anybody. However, I got some questions, cause like, I real life got some questions, my nigga. And I don't intend on offending the LGBTQ plus sign community or anything like that. However, let me not get canceled before I get somewhere. But I don't intend on offending anybody about their sexual preference or anything like that. However, what I've seen a lot lately is people making a big deal about their sexual preference. Like, as of recent, shout out to the NFL. The Lions suck ass. But, quote unquote, they made a groundbreaking announcement stating that a player, Nassib, or whatever, is gay. Mind you, I have no problem with the LGBTQ plus sign community or anything like that. However, I am 1,129.99% sure that he's not the only nigga that's gay in the NFL. And just keeping a whole bean with y'all niggas, I am positive he is not the only gay nigga in the NFL. And I guess my thing is, it's like, why does it have to be an announcement when somebody is gay? Like, should it be an announcement, for straight people to be like, hey, man, I love me some coochie, my nigga. Nigga, coochie love me, coochie. Nigga, matter of fact, I think I'm going to post on Instagram, like, hey, I just want to let y'all niggas know that I love some coochie. No kizzy. You think I should do that? And like I said, it's nothing against the LGBTQ plus sign community or anything like that. But why must it be an announcement or a fucking parade when somebody come out as gay? And believe me, I don't want to sound like, how motherfuckers sound like when they be racist and they be like, nigga, I have black friends. Like, nigga, I know gay motherfuckers. I know motherfuckers that do, butt sex with men, and I know people that do the scissor and eat coochie. I know bitches that do that. They fuck with that. They like that. It's nothing against that, my nigga, but I think as this motherfucking truck is rolling down the street, I'm thinking, like, why must there be an announcement for that type of shit? You feel me? Why? Have we not made it far enough in society to whereas if a motherfucker just say they gay, we just be like, all right, cool, my nigga. Shout out to you. We haven't made it that far just yet. And like I said, I have no problem with the LGBTQ plus sign community, but I feel like if a motherfucker, mind you, if my son years down the line to be like, yeah, daddy, I'm gay, I'm like, all right, my nigga, cool. All right. So, you want a cake? Like, I don't know. If a family member came out to me and they'd be like gay, I'd be like, all right, so what? What you want me to do? I mean, I could take it around and go fuck with some, you know, I slide you down to the little gay spots, you feel me? Drop you off and, you know, let you get your swerve on, you feel me? But what do you want me to do? What you want me to do with this information? But I guess this shit is not meant for me. I guess it's meant for the people, I don't know. Is it meant for the people that have, or maybe in the closet about being gay and is maybe some type of, I don't fucking know. I'm reaching for answers that I don't have the answer, Sway. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Let nigga just be gay. If a motherfucker want to post and be like, yeah, nigga, I'm gay, be like, all right, cool, my nigga, pat on the back, high five. Let's go take you to go find you some niggas and shit, you know, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. But why must there be, like, a fucking parade or an announcement? And shout out to Carl. I don't know you personally, Carl, but, nigga, shout out to you coming out as being gay. I'm pretty sure you've been gay all your life and whatever. And I'm pretty sure you ain't the only gay nigga that's in the NFL. But shout out to you, my nigga. That's cool. That's dope. Shout out to the NFL for supporting you. But I don't understand the whole announcement of that shit, nigga. Whatever you do, nigga, that's your business, my nigga. Flat out. I think that's what I'm gonna do, man. I think I'm gonna just go on Instagram and maybe Facebook and just tell everybody I love coochie. Yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah, I think that's cool, man. But yeah, man. But who am I to judge? I can't judge anybody for liking what they like. It's not on us. Whether you religious or not, nigga, at the end of the day, if you are, you know, we all gotta see our maker one day, you feel me? We ain't the ones to judge.